You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. I'm sorry, I forgot to push the button. Happy Wednesday. There's so many buttons and flashy lights in the studio. It's crazy. I had to push the button to talk to you. How are you? Today, you know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about good habits and bad habits and easy habits and how you can make your life a whole lot easier if you simplify your habits. We'll talk a little bit about this. We'll dig in kind of deep to it as we go today. But at the end of the day, I just want you to be able to break the bad and create the good and get stuff you want in life. How's that? It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day for happiness, for success, for everything, because life gets in the way the very minute you decide to go after more. I know you want to stand up. I know you want to take a step. I know you want to repeat to get exactly what you want. And that's cool. We have to do that. And that's what this show is about. It's only about some strategies and some tactics. Strategies first, tactics second. We never want to go to tactics first because then we just don't know what we're doing. But also a little bit of positive motivation to believe you can do it. Because I believe you can, because anybody can if they can just shake from the craziness of the world that's keeping your attention. I mean, it's crazy. If you can do that, you can do anything. Want to hang out with some inspiring people? Join me at Facebook, dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. How are you? My name is Scott Smith. I'm the Chief Motivating Officer here at motivationtomove.com. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I look at habits and I go, okay, so what's going to happen? Because people say, you know, how do I break a bad habit? Is it better to break a bad or better to set a good one? Well, the reality is you should set a good habit. We'll talk more about that. Breaking a bad habit is just pure willpower. And how long does it take? I'm not even going to talk about this today, but I'll tell you that over the years, a lot of people have said it takes 21 days to establish a new habit. I swear it's some motivational speaker on a stage made it up. Science has shown it takes 66 days. But I will tell you this, beyond what science has shown, I know a habit is instantaneously ingrained in you as soon as it means something to you and it connects with you. You can't tell me in your life you have not found a time when suddenly whatever you were doing, you stopped and did something else. Something scared you, something got you excited, and you changed. So don't worry about taking a long time. You can do it like by the end of this show. Is that cool? All right. Did I say who it was? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah.
Suffering from dry, tired, irritated eyes? Don't let dry eyes win. Use Systane Pro. It hydrates, restores, and protects dry eyes for up to 12 hours. Sustain Pro, triple action dry eye relief.
YouTube channel's coming up, by the way. I did want to drop that in this week and make sure you had that. YouTube.com/Daily Boost Podcast. Go over there, subscribe. New stuff coming very soon. Now let's talk about getting some habits. Motivating yourself to reach your goals. Something you've been doing lately, maybe? Kind of hard to do, isn't it? It's never ending, really. It's a process that keeps going all the time. It ebbs and flows. Your mind does that. As soon as you head in a direction, you start to do something. And as soon as you get some success with it, like losing weight or stopping drinking or stopping smoking or stuff like that, you get a couple of days into it, you start to feel good, you feel successful. What happens? You cool down a little bit. You slow down. Happens a lot for people, particularly on diets and smoking and drinking. What happens is you start to feel good about the fourth day in. So what do? I feel really good. It's working. Let me go back and have another drink or smoke another cigarette. And then boom, you're right back on the same track. Tell me I am not speaking the truth here. Happens all the time. But this motivating thing, never ending. It happens, in earnest a couple of times a year. Let me tell you, it happens in January and February. You know that. It also happens sometime in August. Summertime, not much, although I'm highly motivated in the summer because I'm always trying to get projects done. But most folks are vacationing, having a good time. We'll see you in September. Then it cranks up, and that's it. So a couple times a year. So most people, when they want to get motivated, they have a list of new routines and habits they want to put into place. I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably way too long. Now, you can have a ton of habits. I don't care how many things you want to change about your life. You may sit down and look at your life and say, my gosh, there's so much I want to change. Well, it's going to take time just to get them all done. That's just the nature of things. So if you have a very long list, that's cool. Keep it in the background somewhere, but have a couple things you kind of want to focus on now. Get one underway and then another. Here's a promise to you. If you try to do everything at one time, you'll keep falling and stumbling. If you do one at a time, get it in place, and then just start layering them in, you will totally change your life in a matter of months. If I were to go through a list of everything I have done here in the past 8 or 9 months, I'm a different guy than I was 8 or 9 months ago. And I was a pretty cool guy then, if I do say so myself. But I'm just a better guy now, working it hard. So years ago, I decided to take control of my mornings. I talk about mornings a lot. I'm conflicted by mornings. It's things I wanted to do when I got up in the morning, because I knew that if I had the habit of getting up and had certain things I did in the morning, they would be good habits. I would get good success from it. So I was doing that. Everybody says that. It's absolutely true. You should do that. I had great intentions, but there was a problem. I was losing my focus because what I realized was mornings are really early in the morning. Crazy stuff. I'd lose my focus. I'd get up and not know what I was doing. Why? I realized that the habits I was trying to establish had no real meaning other than checking them off my list. I just said, I got to do this. And it went on my list. And then here comes willpower, forcing myself to do it instead of out of my own free will. And free will is always better than that guy named willpower. I'd do it, and 3 or 4 or 5 days later, maybe a week later, it's like, okay, I'm done. It's over. Instead of feeling motivated and inspired, I was checking it off my list, and I felt bogged down, and I decided I had to make things simple. So this is a term that I began to take on. Minimal viable habits. That's it. I commit to the minimum number of behaviors. The bar is pretty low. That delivers the result that I want. And it had to be important to me. Anything that's excessive or distracting or frustrating couldn't happen. So let me explain this to you. I'm not going to try to take on a whole diet. My minimal viable habit when I just lost 37 pounds here over the past 6 months was not to think on the whole thing. It was simply, I didn't try to work out, didn't worry about that too much, didn't worry about sleeping well, didn't bother with the water, didn't care about it. I figured I would do it anyway. But the minimal viable habit I had to do was eat 1,500 calories a day. That was it. That's it. So I just focused on that and made sure I did that. Now, what happened is I start getting that approach. Now, as it begins to fade a week or two later, I'm like, wait a second, I'm fading. Let's go have a pizza. No, I stick to my minimum viable habit of 1,500 calories a day. It's amazing. Now, what happened as I got more energy, then I started slipping another minimal viable habit. I go to the gym. Everybody says, go to the gym. Scott, you gotta warm up. You got to do cardio. You got to do weights. You got to stretch. I said, no, I don't. I need to go up and do whatever the hell I can do. And it turned out to be weightlifting. I'd show up and I lifted weights for a couple of months until I felt really good. Like, okay, it's time to add something else to it. Then I added cardio. The minimal viable activity that you can do to be successful will establish the habit for you. The second part of this, it has to be very important to you. So my conflict in morning, we'll talk about mornings here, I think, in about 4 days. some morning stuff coming up. Let me give you a little prelude to that. I am conflicted because I believe the most important thing in the morning for me to do are one of two things. One, if you're that kind of person, is exercise and take care of myself. I really, truly believe that. But the other thing that's equally important to me is to be focused on my business, my life, my strategies moving forward. When I get up in the morning and I work at writing, creative, things happen really, really well. So it's a really valuable time for me. But the problem is, I was finding that sometimes I didn't want to go to the gym at 6:30 in the morning. I just kind of dreaded it. And other times I got punished for coming into my office at 6:30 in the morning. I was getting progress, but every time I showed up day in, day out, I felt like, you know what, before the sun comes up, I'm at my desk. And it felt bad to me. So I said, okay, minimal viable habit and what's important to me. Okay, I'm going to get my exercise and I'm going to write certain things. I decide the day before what I'm going to do, and then I alternate the two. Follow me around for a week and you'll see one day I'm at the gym early, the next day I'm at my desk early. I just go back and forth, depending on my schedule, depending on how I feel. But I always focus on those two very important things in my life, and I do the minimum it's required to get them done, knowing full well that that will establish the habit that I want. The old habits would naturally go away. And as I get more excited and more motivated and more successful, I will add more habits into it. Stop trying to overwork this. Make it simple, make it easy, make it doable, make it important, and just do it. Don't listen to anybody else. I'm telling you, take the easy way out. Why would you not take the easy way out, huh? Why would you go to somebody who's got a whole course on how to break bad habits when we know how to do it? I just told you how to do it. You don't need to do that. If you want to, I can make a course and sell you this 9-minute program. Yeah, I can do that. Or you can just listen to what I said. How's that? Dealio? Okay. Did he say Dealio? Where'd that come from? I don't even know where that came from. That's kind of okay. Never mind. YouTube channel is on the way. I told you about that. Also, if you'd like to share this podcast with somebody, I made it easy. Let them listen to it first. Don't tell them to subscribe. Let them go figure out if I'm for them. Just dailyboostpodcast.com/listen. It'll take them right to the link where they can check me out. What is coming up tomorrow? Well, it's going to be a big day. It always is a pretty big day when I'm motivated and inspired and ready to go. We're talking about setting the right goals. Because the right goals, the important goals, the essential goals are the ones that get done versus the alternative. And we'll talk about that a little bit during the show. I'll give you some ideas on how to do that tomorrow and the process to go through. I'll see you.